Hi guys, how are you? Well, this afternoon we have scheduled a class, but I am not available to teach it. I am a little bit sick. Sorry for it. But don't worry, we're gonna go on with the course, and we are in a good shape to have enough information. Well, guys, continuing with the topic of theory of social sciences, according with Dr. Michael Gonzalez Cruz of the University of Puerto Rico, we should understand what is the main duty of social science. Well, when the science were born, during the Middle Ages, under the 14th century and the 12th, the Church controlled the production of knowledge. However, with the rise of the absolute monarchies, emerged royal academies. What does it mean? Well, overall, we should understand that during the Middle Age, during this dark epoch, the Church, the Catholic Church, controlled the most of the information that was flowing through the books and institutions. In the same way, the bourgeoisie and kings spent part of their wealth in the Royal Academy with the purpose of producing knowledge that would allow them to control, modify, and manipulate the nature. Okay, well, it's important. We should understand also that the bourgeoisie was the base of all the instructions and lines important to increase the knowledge against the Catholic position. The natural scientific paradigm. Well, Newton proposed that because it was an asymmetry between past and future, always knowledge will endure. Descartes established the dualism between the physical and spiritual. There's two positions after the Middle Age, Newton and Descartes. This new paradigm separates knowledge and the religious thought. Science is the search for universal laws that are valid across time and space. Another bullet point that should be considered. Astronomy provided the mathematical physical method that was useful for making the decision process objectively. What do you think about the propositions of Newton or René Descartes? Remember, knowledge just get fused with some ideas that were not properly belonging to the social sciences. During this period, the knowledge of social sciences was fused with the knowledge of physics and maths. The emergence of sociology. Well, the first guy that it's very important to consider in the study of sociology is Charles Louis Secondant, better known as Montesquieu. Okay, do you remember him? Yeah, he was one of the most important guys during the French Revolution. In this period of enlightenment, he wrote a lot about the power divisions, also the policy of the Romans in religion, and the Persian letters that was a description or a critique to the France reality. Montesquieu applies the rigor of physics and psychology to a study of human behavior. We still having during the French Revolution this intention of keeping the knowledge fused, talking about social sciences and maths and physics. It presents a sociological method which provides us. At first, history is not chaotic, it's limited by laws. I'm not on agreement with this point, but we should understand that it was the beginning of the social sciences. Those laws, at second, determine the character of the society institutions. At fourth, we can observe social types that define forms of social organization institutions. Sorry, it was not at fourth. It was the third one. Are only four features, sorry. And the last one, institution, organizations, and customs are changing. So, I have like a contradiction here at the first one and the last one. History is not chaotic, it's limited by laws, but at the same time, institution, organization, and customs are changing it. So, if we have change, we don't have something that could be defined in a time or in a place. Or what do you think about it? Modern social sciences. Since the 19th century, against the chaos, disorder, and inequality that were product of modern capitalism, The nation-state has needed to study social problems in order to control the population. Auguste Comte, in his position, argued the human societies involved in three stages: religious, metaphysical, and scientific. Emilio Durkheim tried to understand suicide as an economic and political phenomenon, and not merely as an isolated individual action. Durkheim also studied religion and forms of social integration or separation. Here, into the modern social science of the 19th century, human being was trying not to apply social sciences as a way to get information, to get knowledge. They just tried to reach the knowledge in order to control the population. Sociological contributions. Well, we're still having them. Herbert Spencer tried to justify the social domain of the rich people over the poor using social Darwinist notions about the ability of the apt ones to rule over the rest. So the apt people is in good shape to govern, to rule, while the others are not ready. Karl Marx questioned the great social inequality between poor workers and owners of the production media, pointing that there was a conflict relation between owners and non-owners. Marx, in the other side, designed the first questionnaire to know the reality of the workers. Max Weber studied the organization of society, the middle class and role of bureaucracies. Eugenio María de Hostos proposed respect for all nations, universal education, and equality between men and women. In fact, we could assume that after the 19th century and during the 20th, the big societies that we had were concerned about the human well, the human health. They were just trying to avoid this idea of taking benefits, economic benefits from people, and trying to justify the social sciences as a font of good behavior and a font of good mood. This is our activity for today, and it's individual. You should send me the results in Facebook. Which sciences belong to social sciences? Just list them. Which one of the sciences is more interesting for you? Why? What do you think of the position of Auguste Comte about the evolution of human societies, religious, metaphysical, and scientific? What do you think of the position of Emilio Durkheim about suicide? Well, guys, this is our individual activity. Sorry for not being with you today. I am a little bit sick, as I already told you. But I want to have all your information on your stuff in the Facebook group. It's individually. Just Isai, in your case, you could send me a message. Thank you very much. See you the next Wednesday.